Thanks for watching. I'm Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for The Guardian. Today we'll be giving you Guardian update of Sprint 50 that lasted from October 16 to October 27th. So just a quick overview of the agenda. We'll be looking at the roadmap. We'll also be talking about the issues that we tackled in Sprint 50. Then we'll be flipping over and giving you a short demo on Sprint 50. Then we'll be talking ahead of week of October 30th, which is Sprint 51. We'll also be talking about the issues that we'll be tackling in Sprint 51. We'll be talking about the upcoming releases, and we'll be giving you some of the ways that you can either submit bugs or policy requests through various different channels. So just a quick overview of the Guardian roadmap. So in Guardian roadmap, we will be working on several different CDM policy digitization, which is CDM AMS 3AR, PWR M0001, which is a VERA policy. We'll be doing a webinar on this policy. We are also working on the CDM AMS 3D. We are working on the supply chain and macrodynamics. We started working on the policy equivalence assessment, and so on and so forth. So just an overview of what we covered in Sprint 50. So we committed to 45 story points and we delivered 34 story points, which covered 2011, which is contract-based delegation for token retirement operations. We also worked on 2571, which is a GHGP version 2. We also worked on 2308, which is AMS 3BB for our webinar. Now let's look at the demo. So the first ticket what we'll be looking at is 2011, which is contract-based delegation for token retirement operations. Currently, the retirement implementation allows for pairing and further retirement of tokens issued by the same standard registry. This is limiting as architecture was designed for supporting retirement of any token pairs, even issues by different registries. Furthermore, with the recent security changes in the hedera contract operations, the existing implementation would not work for newly deployed contracts. So just to cover up and solve this issue, we have changed our retirement process. So I would like to just run over the retirement process, what we have implemented, and would like to get your further information and suggestions on it. Now, as you can see, we are just moving to the retirement tab under the tokens tab, and we create a contract for the token wiping contract. Once we create the wiping contract, we go to the next tab, which is token retirement contract, and we create a contract for the retirement. We name it as retire. Once both the contracts are created, we click on token and we create two different tokens. One is a non-fungible and the other is a fungible token. And we actually add the wipe contract, which we just created, and attach it and publish the tokens. Now we create a second token, which name it as T2, which would be a non-fungible token. And we again connect it to the wipe contract, which we just created. Once both the tokens are created, we again go back to the retirement. Now we would set a pool just to match the tokens of how many tokens will be matching to what number of tokens. So we just will be matching with T1 count 1 to T2 count 1, count 2. So we have created a pool. Now it will wait for the approval. Now we go back to the token wiping contract. And We approve the Viper role request which was created. We go to the request, and as you see here, you get that Viper request. You approve it. Once you approve it, you again go back to the contract retirement. Now you can see the pools which were created are approved. Now you go back to now. For the demo purpose, we are just creating a sample policy where you just are using the two tokens which you have created already just to demo the retirement process. We are just creating the policy, the simple policy. So once the policy is created and published, you are just associating both the tokens to the installer role. And now as you see that you have in one of the T1 as 10 and the T2 have 120 token. And as you can see, the balances here are shown. T1 has 10 token balance and T2 has 10 token balance for now. Now, once we retire, as the pool has been created for 1:2 ratio, so once you create it, it will change the token balance. Now you will retire the tokens as you need the approval. So you will match one token with two of the token. You will select the token serials for T2. And once you create this retire request and confirm, you will see the change in the token balance in the tokens tab. So once the request is created, you go to the standard registry, and standard registry have to approve the retirement request which was created by the installer. For that, you need to go to the request drop down and approve it in the standard registry. Once it is approved, now you go back again, log out and log in as an installer, and you can see the change in the token balance. Here, as you see, we initially had 10 and 10. Now it became 1, 9, and 8 because it was 1:2 ratio. So you have retired one token from T1 and two tokens from T2. You also have an option to view the details of the retirement under the Retire tab. And when you click on View Details, you see the complete details with all the token serials which have been retired. So that was a demo on contract base. In addition to the demo, we have also added a complete documentation on the token retirement changes, what we have done with a complete the flow and the roles and admins what are required for the token requirement. In addition to that, we have also added an architecture for the token retirement completely in the documentation. We have also added a UI flow what I have just demoed in the documentation. In addition to that, we have also added all the APIs required, step-by-step APIs what we need to run the retirement flow. So that is a short demo on retirement. Please let us know if you guys have any questions. We would be happy to help. So the next ticket what we'll be looking at is 2308, which is AMS 3BB, which we worked for the webinar, the monthly webinar, what we do. So in the AMS 3BB, electrification of communities through grid extension is a clean development mechanism methodology that focuses on providing sustainability energy access to underserved communities. It offers a systematic approach to electrifying areas with limited or no access to reliable electricity by either extending existing power grids or constructing new mini grids. Now, if you just go to our GitHub repo, in that when you just go to the methodology library, under methodology library, you have a CDM folder. Under a CDM folder, a CDM AMS3BB folder where you see the schema which was designed, you see all the policy, and also you see a README where we have actually demonstrated each and detailed documentation on AMS3BB. We have also updated our docs. So please go over our docs at docs.hedera.com/guardian/demo guide. When you go there, carbon emissions, in that you see an AMS 3BB policy being published. So that was a demo on Sprint 50. Now looking ahead of week of October 30th, which is Sprint 51. So our Sprint 51 will be lasting from October 30th to November 10th. Currently, we are just committing to 33 story points, which actually involves 2649, which is aligning digital MRV specification for standardizing project comparison, in which we will be implementing the property field implementation when you create a schema. Then we have some bugs which were reported by the community, which is 2764, cannot edit policy field of an unpublished schema. 2684, 2672. Then we are also working on the digitization of CDM policies, which is CDM AMS3AR and CDM AMS2G. Talking about the upcoming releases, our last release was on Friday, September 29, 2023. Our next release will be on Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. So there are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on GitHub. You can submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you find some bugs, please go ahead and mention those bugs with us so that we can get our team on it. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, come and join our conversation at hedera.com/Discord. And when you get there, search for Sustainability Channel, or feel free to reach out to us directly if you have any policy requests by emailing us at info@envisionblockchain.com or through our website, which is www.envisionblockchain.com. Thank you. Have a great day.